Okay, so one more honest confession. The reason why I took a lot of time to, you know, start this channel or do this uh, was not because I didn't know what am I going to talk about, but because my struggle is where am I going to begin? You know, and that not because I have lived an extraordinary life, but simply because I know that I have lived life with a purpose. So, when you have been made aware of your purpose uh, at the very beginning, you live such consciously aware life that everything is fresh as yesterday in your memory. So for me it was that, okay, I know I have to talk about certain things, but I cannot talk about yesterday without talking about uh, my childhood, for example. Like I struggle also a lot of times in when I have to put my thoughts together, or when I'm talking, or at times, I just take those pauses. It's simply because I am trying to, in that moment, I'm trying to process as well. Okay, if I'm talking about, like, for example, now, okay, I do know that, there are so many layers and aspects of life that I want to talk about, um, at a society level, let's say, okay, in terms of prejudices. I want to talk about the prejudices, but I cannot talk about those prejudices without talking about my experiences. And when I talk about my experiences, I cannot talk only about the emotional aspect of it, or I cannot talk only about the logical explanation of it, or I cannot only take it into a space which just becomes a very metaphorical, mystical forest kind of a place. I have to constantly be aware and ensure that I bring in the balance, you know, because I have never lived a separate life from these these things. For me, it was my emotions were just as important, and my logical thinking, or my approach towards life, and how I work or how I function was just as important. And my connection with my universe, supreme God, in so many ways was just as important. And I was also aware in a way that there is a soul sitting inside me that is really, driven by, you know, few contracts, for example, right? So for me, it's not about, that's why I have always put this out to everyone. This space, I finally felt that, is a place where I can just record and upload. I am not worried about the growth or the view, or, yes, of course, I would love some kind of validation in a way that, yeah, if I see people probably even remembering that I did something like this, but it's not purely coming from like, oh my god, I've become a creator and I want to do something. Just think, I'm here to just share. Now when I want to share, I also have to be mindful of what I'm contributing in the digital junk that we are all living in. Because um, as much as I would love to have these conversations in one to one, space, as one-on-one conversations or in a physical space, I am also aware of how closed off people have become in reality. uh, Various reasons. Some are not willing to see their truth, some are just too opinionated to see another perspective. So yeah, I think, for me, my struggle is not so much of what. My struggle often comes of how, so that my why is not diluted in the process. So yeah, I just thought I will make just this one more confession, and I have more confessions to make, but with time. For now, I guess one confession a time is a good speed to go. So yeah, I hope I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.